Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to today's session. Today is a particular day. It is two Disappearance Day. We have the Disappearance Day of Raghunandan Thakur and we have the Disappearance Day of Vamshidas Babaji Maharaj. And I was meditating on them this morning and whoop, one Japa inspiration came to take birth in my mind, if we can say like this. And I noticed that associating with such a Vaishnavas, especially on their day of Disappearance Day, when they have they actually give a lot of blessings and a lot of power. And I noticed that both of them had a very strong faith in the deities. Raghunandan was, I will explain the story shortly after, and Vamshidas Babaji Maharaj also. But because we always have three inspiration in our japa, I thought I need a third one. And I decided that it will always be working very nicely when we start with Srila Prabhupada. And I was thinking of Prabhupada and his own relationship with the holy name and his own faith into the holy name. And the first instance I could remember is when Srila Prabhupada received sannyas initiation. In the room was Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj, who was chanting. And sometimes the pujari asked him to stop chanting because he was chanting a little loud and it was disturbing them to chant their mantras. And Prabhupada gave him a sign from the side, like, keep chanting, knowing that this will be really helping the initiation. And later on, Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj spoke with two disciples of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati who had gone to Europe, to London, actually, before Prabhupada went. And he was asking them, how is it that you went there and you did not get any success? But when Srila Prabhupada, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, went to the West, he got all the success. What is the difference between you and Srila Prabhupada? They, of course, did not know what to answer. And Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj said Prabhupada was successful because he had unflinching faith into the holy name. And that brought me to remember the first kirtan Prabhupada was doing in King Square Park. And I think we all have seen those video, black and white video, where Prabhupada has just a little funny drum and he's playing on it and he's chanting the holy name. And you can see the hippies dancing and you can see how absorbed Prabhupada is. He's looking around and he's witnessing the miracle of the holy name. He's witnessing how now the holy name is start to manifest in the heart of all those people around him. And it's a mix of amazement and extreme focus. Can you imagine how focused Prabhupada must have been when he was there chanting the holy name and he would see this miracle is starting to happen in front of his own eyes? It's actually very nice for us to connect. I think my camera, but is connected. But it will get back quick. Okay. Anyway, doesn't look to come back, but as long as you can hear me, that's the most important. So I was thinking this can be actually very inspiring for our japa to visualize this moment of Prabhupada in King Square Park, witnessing the miracle of the holy name, because he had this faith that the holy name can make huge transformation. And just by hearing about him and meditating about Prabhupada, we can receive part of his own faith into the holy name. And so that when we chant, we also connect that, yes, the holy name has the potency to make a big transformation into our hearts. So that's for the first part. And later on, we will connect with two other amazing Vaishnavas that will help us to chant the holy name. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. I was just remembering a song written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, where he said that Lord Nityananda was opening the marketplace of the holy name. And there, the holy name can be easily purchased. And then he said, but the currency to purchase the holy name is Shraddha, is our faith. And I think we might have faith in the holy name, but sometimes we lose faith that we will be able to chant properly, that we will be able to experience the holy name. And when this faith is not there, then it's actually very difficult for anything to happen in our heart. So this faith that something can move into our heart and that the holy name might appear to us is actually very important to be there so that the experience can take place. So the next person we want to hear and be inspired from today is Raghunandan Thakur, whose disappearance day is also today. And we hear of a famous pastime when Raghunandan was only 5 years old. And his father, Sri Mukunda, had to go somewhere and to ask him to make the offering to the family deity. Now he told his son, you have to do it very, very carefully because our family deity is actually worshipped since generations and generations. And every day the Lord got his Boga offering. So you have to do it really, really good. And he showed him a little how to do. And when Raghunandan did it, the Lord, after the offering, he noticed that nothing had been eaten on the plate. And at that time, actually, Raghunandan became actually very, very moved and very, he felt I did not do my job properly. The Lord did not accept. And it is explained that he actually cried and he begged the Lord, please, please come. What will my father say if you don't eat? The offering has to be successful. And because he had this simple faith, and here we can see children very often they very easily believe what adults will do. They are not just all the time thinking, is it right or not? Will it work? No, they have like this simple natural faith, which we very much require also when we become adults. So he was praying and pleading and crying so much to the Lord that the Lord appeared and was accepting the offering. And we hear that the father later on, when he heard the story, he thought, how is it possible? My son is a good boy. He's not lying. He has good qualities. So then he was hiding. And when he was hiding and the son offered the next day the Boga offering, he saw how the Lord himself was coming to eat. And there is an exchange of glance because the Lord saw the Father, saw Sri Mukunda, and he looked at Sri Mukunda without feeling any problem being seen while eating. He even smiled to Sri Mukunda and then he froze and he remained like this with the laddu. So I thought this is actually also very nice example that we can imbibe. How much faith Raghunandan Thakur had that the offering has to be accepted. It cannot go any other way. And no matter how much I have to pray or cry, I have to do it. It needs to be accepted. And so we can imbibe this mood as we chant that, yes, my chanting must be accepted also by the Lord. And I now need to give all I have so that the Lord will accept my offering of holy names. And we will know that the Lord accept our offering of the holy name because we will feel his presence. When we feel his presence, we know, okay, now the Lord is accepting my offering of the holy name. Of course, we will need to make effort to stay with the holy name as long as possible and bring our mind and our wandering mind. But we mainly try to develop this faith like a child, that the holy name is the Lord, and He will accept my offering if I give all my heart and all my eagerness into it. And no matter what, now I will give it. And I have to make it work, like Raghunandan was thinking. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. So we will now look a little bit at Vamshidas Babaji Maharaj, who was definitely a Vaishnava beyond ordinary conduct. He was actually very, very, very special, very, very advanced. And he was there at the time of Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati. Thakur was also there, I guess, in Mayapur. And whenever he would see Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati, he would say, "Oh, he is very close to my Gauranga. He is very close to my Gauranga." And Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati would often send some brahmachari to bring some grains or something for cooking to Babaji Maharaj. But because Maharaj was a little bit too eccentric type of person, Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati told his disciple to not go and associate too much to him, because he was just too unconventional. It is described that he will sometimes punish his deities if something would happen that was a little troubling or something like this. But once Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati told his disciple, "Do not think that I forbid you to go and see Babaji Maharaj because Babaji Maharaj is in Maya. I forbid you to go to see him because you will not be able to understand his mood and his connection with Krishna." Anyway, one thing that is sure, he was actually very, very close to his deities, and he will speak to his deities. He will see his deities as living persons. And sometimes people will come to ask questions, and then Babaji Maharaj will repeat the question to his deities, and then will listen, and then he would say, "My Thakurji tells you this. This is the answer." So like he was not himself speaking, but he was intermediate between the deities and the person asking for the question. And I thought there also what a vision of Babaji Maharaj. He could see the deities as Krishna himself. And we would also like very much to see the holy name as Krishna himself, or to get a glimpse of that. Therefore, we often say Harinam Prabhu. And so I thought maybe this is a nice way we can connect to Vamshidas Babaji Maharaj. But I thought mainly we can ask for his blessings to get in this type of vision. I think it's good that as sadhakas we remain in the mood of Raghunandan Thakur, trying to plead, "Please, please, my Lord, accept my service, accept my holy names, one after the other that I'm trying to chant." But maybe you noticed it's still not so easy. The mind is still wandering. So now from time to time we can connect with Vamshidas Babaji Maharaj and ask him for the blessings, that we will have this vision, that we will have this ability to connect with the holy name and please the holy name, and that the holy name will accept our offering of mantras. So I will place also a picture of Vamshidas Babaji Maharaj on the screen, and keep in the mood of Raghunandan Thakur, and from time to time pray to Vamshidas Babaji Maharaj for strength and mainly for the vision to see the holy name as non-different than Radha and Krishna. Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you for joining into this session. I was thinking of Vamshidas Babaji. For me, his blessings came came the way. Japa, the last stretch, my Japa was quite better by his mercy. And it is said that when we meditate on the qualities of a Vaishnava, some of those qualities just naturally come to our heart. And it's actually very nice when we can have the picture of those Vaishnava and we can visualize them into our heart. We can really meditate in a deep way on them. I was also thinking of Vamshidas Babaji Maharaj. He was actually already in the other side. He was living in this world, but his consciousness was just totally absorbed into remembering and speaking and interacting with the Lord. And also, of course, we cannot be as renounced as him. We have to work in the world and to do so many activities. But it will be so beautiful if during the time of our sadhana, at least during our time of chanting, that we could actually step into the other world and let all the stuff and anxieties and troubles and concerns of the world fade away. So this is actually a very nice prayer we could also ask when we meditate on such very exalted Vaishnavas. So let's try to keep something with us for this week. I think the mood of Raghunandan Thakur is very appropriate. It's a mood of eagerness, colored by this childlike faith that yes, the holy name is there, yes, the Lord is there, and I just if the Lord do not appear, it's my fault, my mistake. I'm not doing good enough, so I have to increase it and make it as good as possible. And let's keep also praying to Prabhupada, to our spiritual master, or to those exalted Vaishnavas like the six Goswami or any one of them for blessings so that our japa chanting can get the momentum and the blessings to experience Krishna consciousness and get further faith in our heart that yes, the holy name is there, and yes, it's possible for me to connect and experience it, and then our japa session can reach success. So I thank you for joining, and always a pleasure to have all of you on Monday, and wish you a wonderful chanting for this week, and Krishna willing, we meet next Monday. Hare Krishna, Jai Shri Harinam Prabhu ki, Jai Shri Prabhupada, Jai Shri Vrindavan.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you, Mataji.